School. We're going to look at a trap today. It's a spring spear trap. This trap is inherently dangerous, so if you're going to practice this, be very, very careful with it. First thing I did, got me a springy green maple. You can use anything green and springy. And I lashed it to this tree that a game trail runs between these two trees. So I lashed that on there, so we got this spring back like this. Adjust the camera and we'll move on here. Okay guys, the next thing I did, I cut a small toggle and tied it to this tree on the other side of the trail. That will come back and wrap and hold the spring part of this. Moving on from there, I judged the height of the animal I wanted to stick with a spear. I come up about 8 inches off the ground, come over and put a forked stake in the ground. This will be my tripwire. If I pull this spring up, catch it with my toggle, I have another stick. It's going to go on the opposite side of the support tree from the way my trigger string is wrapped, and lay up against that toggle like that. A loop my tripwire. Just going to go right over the end of it. Hold these two together. Be very, very careful letting this go. Guys, here's a close-up view of how our spring is caught. That's our toggle wrapped around the spring, our stick that goes back to our support tree that catches it, our loop from our tripwire down to our stake, crossed the trail to our tree. If we come back, look at how the stick works. You see our rope that our toggle's tied to, and our stick is on this side of the tree. If you follow that down, see how it goes on the other side of the spring? What that does, that's keeping, it's coming around this side, and it's keeping this toggle at a bind from coming around. That's why it's caught right here. It's going to this side of the tree, and that stick's at a bind this way. I hope that's a pretty good view of how that goes together. I'll back his camera up here and we'll see how she works. Okay, guys, and we'll set this up all in one shot so you can see it. Pull this spring across your trail, catch it with our toggle. Our support stick is going to go on the opposite side of the tree from the toggle and on the same side as our toggle around the spring. Take our loop from our tripwire and catch the both of them. This toggle needs to rest against this stick. That's what's keeping our toggle at a bind. When the loop pulls off the end, it'll release the toggle from the stick. The next, what we've done for setting this up for real, before we set this, we carve us a spear out of some dry hardwood. We could lash it on here so it swings across at our desired height. Or we could take and put multiple ones across here. When we're practicing this, leave the spear off. You can see that'll drive one heck of a hole in a man. We got this set up. Let's set this off. So our animal comes through, touches our tripwire, releasing everything. That's going to swing through with our spear and hopefully hit him. Now what we do on this trail is narrow this side down with some brush or some stakes drove in the ground, however, to get them to come through this direction, just to make a little choke point so they got to come across our tripwire. So I'm going to set that up again. Just want to make sure everybody sees that, how that's done. Said before, very careful releasing it. It's a pretty touchy trigger. And hopefully that'll make dinner. Okay guys, I want to do some close-ups here how this goes together. If you can see there, that's how our toggle is caught around our spear and then against our support stick with the loop holding the two together. That toggle resting against that support stick is what's holding this all together. You can zoom out here. If you follow that up, you notice the support stick is on the same side as the toggle is towards me. How it's caught against the tree is on the opposite side from me. So that's not spinning out of there. Just like that. Then it runs down to our fork stake and across our trail to our tree. So I hope I did a good explanation of this trigger, detailed enough. I hope you all practice this with it and will be safe. By God, I hope you'll be safe, because this one can really lay a whack on you. But it's an awesome trap, especially for things, large animals like a hog or a deer. So this has been Critter, the Pathfinder School. I hope you enjoyed the spring spear trap. I appreciate your views. I appreciate all your support. We'll see you on the next one.